33,000 Swiss francs. Yes, you heard that right. For 3 weeks. So good evening, afternoon, not quite evening, everyone. Here I am again, another update video. I've had some good news this afternoon. My friend, who I mentioned in my previous video, who was going to call up and make an appointment for the registration of the Volvo, or the inspection / registration of the Volvo, has done so today, and we have managed to get an appointment for Wednesday at 9:25. We have an appointment for. That means hopefully Wednesday morning it's going to actually be registered, and we're going to be able to drive it around a little bit more. I'm going to be able to show you all the perks and the bells and whistles of a 2004 Volvo V70. Is it 2004? I think it's 2004. Could be wrong. Could be 2001. I don't know. I'm not a specifics person when it comes to cars. Let's put it that way. If it looks nice and it drives good, I like it. I'm not one to know all the ins and outs of particular cars. I like to do my research on the cars that I get and acquire and feature on my videos, but like, I'm not like your stereotypical car buff that knows all the ins and outs of the horsepower, the torque, the this, the that, the ins and outs of certain drivetrain systems and suspension and blah blah blah. I honestly, I'm not switched on enough to know all the ins and outs of those things. So yeah, but what I will bring you and what I will show is lots of enthusiasm and enjoyment and appreciation of cars in general. So yeah, that's what I promise to bring. I don't promise to bring facts or any technical conversations or anything like that. That's not what I'm about. It's purely entertainment and purely enjoyment and appreciation driven. So if you expect anything other than that, then I'm not going to encourage you not to subscribe, but just don't be disappointed if that's what you're expecting. I am currently on my way to the doctor, or should I say the spinal surgeon, who I suppose is also a doctor, but I'm on the way to the spinal surgeon to get the news of my CT scan that I had last week, because for those of you who don't know, my back is extremely injured. I'm having a lot of troubles with my lower back. Yeah, so I am currently on the way to the doctor. Yeah, so again, for those of you who don't know, I injured my back pretty severely at the start of 2025, actually. Exactly on the 23rd of January 2025 is when I injured my back, and I got my first CT scan last week. So you can imagine it's been a painstakingly slow process, dealing with the different insurance companies and the doctors and the this and the that. Basically, the doctors have been trying to prescribe me constantly trying to prescribe me pain medication. And it even got to a point where they were trying to prescribe me with opioids, which I flat out refused, because that's not something that I want to be masking my pain with, because that's all it is. It's just masking the issue. It's not actually it's not fixing anything. So I've been doing all the physiotherapy that they've been telling me to do. Yes, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to have a doctor's appointment to find out the extent of the damage, whether I need surgery on my back, whether what was actually being done to rehabilitate earlier in the year, what was suggested by my other doctor, whether that was even the right decision. But yeah, anyway, that's just what I'm doing now. So that's the reason why I'm behind the wheel. Yeah, that's stunning. Yeah, the light shows that this region puts on for you sometimes is just absolutely gobsmacking. It just yeah, it's crazy. So yes, so good news on the Volvo front is I'm confident it will be on the road by mid this week. So we are going to have I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it. I'm going to give it a good service, give everyone a real good lowdown of it, and holy shit. They should really have screen barriers up here, because on days like today, driving down this mountainous road, it is very distracting when you've got sunsets and views like this. What I might do one video is I might take everyone around on a little bit of a tour of this area. It's an absolutely beautiful part of the world. Sunsets, sunrises are absolutely phenomenal, and yeah, I think it would make for some very nice viewing. But anyway, I am now just saying the same thing over and over again. So yeah, there's a couple of things that I would like to do to the Volvo for when we take it on this trip that I'm planning. I think I would like to raise the suspension slightly, because we nearly had a little bit of a bottom out the other day when we were driving it on a private road, a private gravel road. It came very close actually, and that wasn't super hectic. It was just a little bit of a crest, on like a stereotypical crest that you see on a gravel road. So yeah, I think a little bit of a lift might be in order. I have no idea how much something like that's going to cost. I might actually look it up and then go, oh, absolutely not. But if it's necessary for where I want to actually take it, then obviously it's going to make sense. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at the moment. I don't have too much to add, apart from the previously mentioned points. I'll give everyone a little bit of a lowdown again. This evening when I'm driving home, I will give everyone a lowdown on what the surgeon has told me about my back, and hopefully I have some good news. So yeah, it's, yeah, didn't think I was going to be nervous, but I kind of am a little bit nervous about what the findings are going to be, because it's been a very stressful last 12 months, I must say. I haven't been able to work on site, so I have. I was going from working like nearly 50 hours a week, more, or probably a little bit more than 50 hours a week, to basically being immobile. There was a couple of months there at the very beginning where I was really struggling to walk. I had done a real number on the back, and after some recommendations from the doctors, he told me to basically not stop working because the pain is psychological. They were the words that came out of his mouth, and he said that you just need to keep working and keep using it. And I was like, that is, and then I did. I tried to go back to work, and what happened? I got back into that immobile state again, and so that happened twice last year. So that was a period of time I was fighting with my insurance companies about who was going to be paying my wage, because they were saying, one insurance company was saying, no, it's health related, sickness related, because it's a degenerative injury, and then the other was saying, no, it's an accident. And there was a period of about 3 months where I hadn't actually received any money at all from them. So this cheap car tours has been a very good way of getting my mind off things and helping me through this year. It's been, through the last 12 months, it's been extremely helpful to not really sort of go down into too deep a hole. So I owe it to this channel to continue to push through, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to all the money at the moment that I can invest myself, I'm going to be investing into building the channel up and building the community up, and taking these beautiful old cheap cars on road trips that they deserve to go on. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll give you an update after I've had my appointment. So an update you will get. So just finished with the surgeon, and I mean, sort of good and bad news, you would say. I've got 2 slightly herniated discs. Whatever that means. And he doesn't recommend surgery, which I'm kind of glad about. But what he does recommend is that I go into a place called a pain clinic, which I had already had a consultation with. I think it was in September last year, and that is basically a stay-in treatment, intensive stay-in treatment for 3 weeks, which is in a place in Basel. And if you're not sitting down right now, it might be an idea to sit down for when I tell you the price that I was quoted to stay or to get treatment at this place intensively for 3 weeks was 33,000 Swiss francs. Not 3,300 Swiss francs. 33,000 Swiss francs. Yes, you heard that right. For 3 weeks of intensive physiotherapy, pain, rehabilitation on my 2 herniated discs. And that is the next step in this whole thing. Sure, good news I don't need surgery. Bad news, I need to go into this pain clinic, which is going to cost me a mortgage. So yeah, still need to figure out all the ins and outs of this thing. I'm sure I'm going to get some form of help, but yeah, I'm not I really don't know much about this whole healthcare system in Switzerland. Make another consultation now because I'm now armed with a CT scan. So the surgeon has looked at that, and he hadn't looked at that last time. Well, I hadn't actually seen the surgeon at all last time, so now at least they're going to have some sort of a report on what the issue is. But yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of cheap cars. But yeah, let's need to just wait and see what happens. But so, well, at least we're getting the Volvo registered on Wednesday. 450 euros worth of car, at least. If I can get that on the road, I'm going to be the happiest man on the planet. That will soften all the blows that have happened recently. So I'm starting to sound like the biggest whinge, and I hate it, but this is just my life at the moment. So if you had caught me 12 months ago or longer, yeah, actually, well, this injury happened in 4 days. It happened exactly 12 months ago. So if you had caught me 12 months ago, because I was still working, I wouldn't have had any time for you, because I was very busy working long days as a self-employed carpenter, as you do. And now I feel like I've just turned into a pleb. Not a pleb, actually. No, I shouldn't say that. That's not nice on people who do have injuries. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm quite useless, and it's driving me insane. Pardon the pun. Because obviously I love driving, but not toward insanity, which is what I feel like I'm doing. Let's see. I will keep everyone updated again about any of the next steps in this whole back debacle, and I will also keep everyone updated for the situation with the Volvo's inspection and registration on Wednesday. And yeah, trying to keep spirits as high as possible. I am definitely, with Cheap Car Tours, I'm definitely doing what I love and I am very passionate about, so that's always a plus. But yeah, as life just is, there's always things that are going to try and claw you down. but who knows what the next sort of 12 months will entail. So yeah, on that note, good night. If you would like, on the back of all that whinging and complaining, if you would like to help the channel out, any donation or any merch purchases would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, it's all going to buying cheap cars, taking them on road trips, and then giving them away to people. So that's what the channel's all about. And yeah, once again, on that note, good night, and we will see you very soon on the road.